Welcome to the Mixology of Business, where we talk about cocktails, mixology, and one of my favorite subjects, business. My name's Mike Norris. I'm an insurance strategist. I do all things from life insurance to workers' comp, general liability, employee benefits, all that stuff. That's how I make my living. In these episodes, we're going to talk about cocktails. Today's feature is an Italian margarita. A little bit about what we need to do to take care of ourselves and our business, and then kind of a deep thought about business as well that most people don't talk about anymore. So today's featured cocktail, like I said, it's an Italian margarita. This thing is awesome because A, it's a little sweeter, a different spin on a margarita. It also, many times when done right, you can actually kind of sometimes have a double taste. So you know how you have two flavors, you mix them together, they kind of create something new? Well, this one has that tequila, and then sometimes the Amaretto can just be like right behind it. So it's like boom, boom. It's a neat experience when done correctly. And if not, if it just mixes together, guess what? It's still kind of awesome. What is in this? Okay, secret number 1 ounce of lime juice. But here's the deal. Freshly squeezed lime juice. Do not go to the grocery store and get the little packet that's got the lime juice already done. No, squeeze the orange juice yourself. It's a completely different experience than having already pre-done lime juice from the grocery store. And regardless of what drink it is, I promise it'll taste completely different. You'll thank me for that one. You can actually thank me in the comments below. Other part, 2 ounces of tequila. If you want to go a little lighter, you can go 1.5 ounces and it still tastes great. Also, 3/4 ounce of Amaretto. Amaretto, if you're not familiar with it, it's an almond liqueur. And then lastly, 1/4 ounce of agave syrup. And I'll put the whole thing down at the bottom. And then, like I said, once you have it, it's just a little sweeter. It's a little more refreshing than a little lighter than a regular margarita. There's the drink of the day. And like I said, enjoy. It's kind of awesome. Have fun making it. On the business side, I own a business. I feel sometimes like I'm being pulled 8 million directions. A lot of it is that there's so many ways to communicate with us, and people all want to use a different way. A text message, that ding that goes off on our phone. Emails, the phone, just phone calls. Like, remember the old style phone calls? There's all sorts of ways. There's LinkedIn. I'll get a message on Facebook. 8 million ways to communicate with us, and it feels like we're going crazy. While that's happening, we forget that our business was meant to serve us, but when all this is happening, we're serving the business. The business becomes its own person almost that we're having to work for, instead of realizing, no, the business was designed to work for us. I'll give you a great example. I'm going crazy, talking to clients, which is great. I love doing that. But at the same time, I forget that sometimes I've got stuff I need to take care of. For example, I need to diversify my investments. Yes, I have a 401k, but I don't like putting, when I was talking to a financial advisor, he's like, well, we'll put some into a blue chip and then we'll put some into emerging markets. And I'm like, but when the market goes down, the market goes down. So I like to diversify completely on that. I need to work on that. All right. If I get hurt, who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to take care of everything? So I need to make sure I have a long-term disability policy on there too to take care of me. And lastly, I've got 3 kids that are all young. If something happens to me, I got to make sure that they're financially taken care of. Okay, I'm thinking about all this, but guess what? The phone's still ringing. The text messages are still coming in. The Facebook and LinkedIn are still dinging. All that's happening. So what I did on that is I got an IUL. I was able to mix, because it's awesome, because I can mix all that in one spot, one fell swoop, save time, save money, because I got to be honest, I don't plan on using a long-term disability policy. I plan on being healthy. I try to eat right and do the right things. I don't plan on dying. I hope that I make it all the way to 90-something's my goal. So I don't want to waste money on a life insurance policy on that, but I know I have to have it because stuff does happen. And lastly, when I do finally decide to retire, I want to make sure that I've got a deep, wide portfolio of many different things. So if the stock market crashes like it did in '08, and it took until 2012 to recover pretty much, I've got other ways that money's coming in. So we don't know what the future's going to hold. So I was able to save time, save money, put all this into one product called an IUL. And it literally mixed everything. I did it once, no problem, wham, bam, moved on, then went to the next text message. If you want more information about an IUL and mixing all that together, just PM me if we're on social, or shoot me an email if you're watching this another way. I'll have my contact info in the bottom. All right, let's go to section 3. This is kind of just talking a little thoughts on business here. I was listening to a talk, and it's actually a business owner's Bible study. It was kind of cool. And the speaker was talking about Jesus, and when he gets up in front of the disciples and talks about this, this is my body, talking about the bread representing him. And then the speaker kind of stopped and said, look, as business owners in today's society, we're kind of demonized. Successful people, if you work for a company and you've worked hard to go up the ladder, the news media makes us look bad. You make a good paycheck. Oh, we're demonizing you. We're making you look bad. You should feel guilty for being successful and working hard. And no, you shouldn't, because that's what makes the world go around. That's what feeds your family, and that's what gives you the lifestyle you need. But also the point the speaker was making is somebody had to make that bread for Jesus. Somebody had to own the land that planted the seeds. Somebody had to have the seeds, had to sell the seeds to the landowner in order to grow that crop. Somebody had to cultivate the land, somebody had to pick the grain, somebody had to knead the bread, and somebody had to bake the bread, and then somebody had to sell the bread. Do you see all the steps involved in order for Jesus to have that moment in time that will go down in infamy, that everybody knows about, as most famous speech probably ever? And it was all done by business people. So in your daily life, yes, we work hard. Yes, people say so. But it's your job, your goal, to help society move forward, to be the best, most ethical business person you can be. So just kind of the thought that kind of hit me was somebody had to make the bread so Jesus could have his famous speech. Anyway, that was just kind of a deep thought about business. Wanted to pass that on. I thought it was kind of awesome. Until next time, enjoy your Italian margarita. My name's Mike Norris, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Mixology of Business.